So the combination is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? That's the stupidest combination I've heard in my life. That's the kind of thing Lou Diamond would have on his luggage.
Would you like to learn from those that are taking their lives, their businesses, and their passions to the next level? Best-selling author of Speakeasy and master connector Lou Diamond is here to connect you to some of the most inspiring and amazing people on this planet. Get ready to thrive loud with Lou Diamond.
Welcome, everyone, to another amazing, spectacular, fantabulous episode of Thrive Loud with Lou Diamond, connecting into the most inspiring and amazing people that are thriving each and every day. I'm your host, Lou Diamond. Today on Thrive Loud, man, do we got somebody here. We've got a guy, he's the epitome of what a certified speaking professional is all about. He's a member of the NSA $1 Million Speaking Club. He's the author of the business bestsellers, Do It Marketing, Do It Speaking, and Do It Selling. He helps solo consultants, trainers, and business coaches grow their revenues by 50 to 500% in like less than 15 months, which is like incredible. Because nothing makes this guy happier than client results, except for maybe puppies and being on Thrive Loud. His own incredible podcast, The Selling Show, gives you a front row seat to some of the most important information on how you can grow your business, period. He's fun, he's cool. If you haven't worked with this man yet, you will after this podcast. Let's do it, Thrive Loud listeners. I bring you back David Newman. David, welcome back to Thrive Loud, my friend.
I am hoping to put the loud into Thrive Loud. That is my promise to you, my friend.
I'm excited about this. I'm also excited because I want to do a little rewind here. I want you to share what I know, but not our listeners know, a little bit about some of the work you've been doing most recently. And I want you to hit upon the fact on what you're seeing. You have this eye for where problems are and how to help incredible entrepreneurs, solopreneurs and stuff. I want you to like bring to the top of the table the biggest problems you're seeing today, David.
Wow. Well, I think a lot of entrepreneurs and a lot of solopreneurs, professional services folks, Lou, like you and me, we sometimes think that we have a marketing problem. And it may even look like a marketing problem, but really it's a sales problem in disguise. And by that, I mean lack of clarity, lack of focus, and lack of decisions about the people that you really, really want to serve and the problems that you really, really want to solve. Not what's easy, not what's comfortable, not what you've always done. And especially in this climate today, there is all this economic uncertainty. Is it a recession? Is it a depression? Is a recession coming? Are we in the middle of a recession? Are we in the nice to have business? Are we in the have to have business? What are prospects thinking right now in the middle of all of this disruption, banking meltdowns, all kinds of talk about the economy, all kinds of talk about tech companies melting down at the same time that we're looking over our shoulder and saying, hey, is AI going to steal my job? Is AI going to destroy my company? Is AI going to eat my lunch? What is going on? And there is so much turmoil and chaos and mayhem in our prospects' psyches that we sometimes think that, hey, we're lucky to even get a meeting. We're lucky to even have a phone call returned. We're lucky to even get any engagement on LinkedIn. And we're playing defense where we really should be playing offense. And we should be much more proactive and not waiting for the phone to ring and being reactive. That's what I'm seeing out there.
Oh, and I couldn't agree more. I learned from one of my mentors working on Wall Street. I'll give Harley Bassman a shout out. He used to say, it's never different this time. every different economic cycle, everybody thinks, oh, but now the world is falling apart, or now AI is taking over everything. The reality is we go through ups and downs, and there's perception of what things are. And it's just that sentiment, or that emotional sentiment, that we equate to everything that's going on. But yet all the things we need to do, we always still have to do. And it might just be the angle or the direction that we focus in on. And that's actually where I was going to go with here. You're very good, David, at sharing the key steps and processes you need to put in place towards growing that revenue. So in these uncertain environments, and where people are questioning that, how are you keeping them on track? What are you recommending to them, David? What should they be doing? Which they've always should be doing, but I know you're going to remind them.
Yes, absolutely. Well, this is the time, when people are hiding under their desks. And by the way, I love that quote, that it's going to be different this time. It's never different this time.
Yeah.
Right? When people are hiding under their desks, when there is a lot of uncertainty, when there's a lot of disruption, what are your prospects looking for right now? They are looking for leadership. And I'm a huge believer that an effective sales process is really a leadership process, that you are taking folks through a decision-making set of criteria, and you are helping them to improve their results or to solve their problems. Yeah. Now, think about this. Everything Lou just said, disruption, uncertainty, AI, meltdowns, all of those things. Are people in more trouble today, or are they in less trouble today? Are they more frenzied? Are they less frenzied? Are they more panicked and concerned? Are they less panicked and concerned? Of course, it's on the more side of all of those things. So we show up as independent professionals, as professional problem solvers. Whether you're a consultant, you're an accountant, you're a lawyer, you're some trusted advisor, you run an agency of some kind, you are not in any of those businesses. We are all in the professional problem solving business. Now, final point on this, you're a professional problem solver. We just established that your prospect's world has just been filled to the brim with all kinds of problems. Are the services of a professional problem solver more in demand or less in demand when there's a lot of problems out there? It's more, but we're acting like it's less. Yeah. We're acting like, oh, I don't want to bother them. This might be an inconvenience. Who am I to, put myself in front of these people? They're busy enough as it is. They're crazy enough as it is. They're already overwhelmed and maxed out and stressed out and burned out. I don't want to be a pest. I don't want to be an interruption. And if you think of yourself as a pest and an interruption, guess what? You will be. If you think of yourself as a trusted advisor and a professional problem solver and a professional mentor with whatever products and services and programs you offer, you will show up on their radar, not as an annoying pest, but as someone with value, as somebody with relevance, as somebody that is worth building a relationship with. And I know I'm going into Lou Diamond territory here with the relationship sale, but it is so critically important, I would say now more than ever, to show up on your prospect's radar regularly, loudly, proudly, and with value and relevance in your back pocket.
Loudly, proudly. We're going to have the loudly, proudly. I think that might be the name of the episode. We'll figure that part out.
We'll figure it out.
So you and I are on the same page with this stuff. And I think a lot of times you will get maybe more pushback in those excuses from the people that need your services the most. And in some cases, those are legitimate. That particular, I'll go back to, let's just use that window of time during COVID, when obviously the travel and hospitality industry was going through some very almost shut down like activities. For people who have that flexibility to shift and look at different lanes that they can play in, but still solve the problems, do you have exercises or things that you do to work with them to basically say, hey, who needs the problem that you solve fixed the most?
Yes, absolutely. So one of the mantras in the Do It Selling book is, when you're looking at your entire population of potential prospects, please understand the people who need you the most will probably never buy. And the corollary is the best of the best are the ones who invest. The best of the best, meaning the best companies, the highest achieving executives, the most ambitious people in your target market are the ones that right now are looking around for help. If you don't know who they are, I go through this in the Do It Selling book, but it's very, very simple. You go to all the best workplaces, best companies to work for in America, best companies for fill in the blank, and there's best companies by industry, there's best companies by city, there's best companies by state, there's best companies for certain demographics, like best companies for LGBTQ executives, best companies for working mothers, best companies for women in leadership, best companies for millennials to launch their career. So whatever niche, whatever aspect of your target market you are looking to get in front of, I would start with the best of the best. And here's the value prop that you bring. Good times, bad times, doesn't matter. When you are after ambitious market-leading companies, the value prop is whatever you do, whatever you sell, is going to help them get ahead, move ahead, and stay ahead, right? So this is what they want because they're already in the top 10% of their market. So imagine if you showed up with a service, a product, a program, some sort of consulting or coaching or service, done for you service, if that's the business that you're in, that will help them stay ahead, get ahead, and move ahead even faster. While their competition is hiding under their desk, while their competition is playing it safe, while their competition is pulling back, it's the leading companies, market leading companies, and they don't have to be big, by the way. You can have a market leading, very small company. You can have market leading startups that are on the move, right? So Fast Company, for example, most innovative companies in Silicon Valley, right? The 50 most innovative SaaS startups. You can take any slice and dice of the business world that is your prospect. And if the value prop is get ahead, stay ahead, move ahead faster, you will always serve the top of the market who is ready to invest and is ready to make the moves that will keep them moving towards the results that they want when everyone else is hiding under their desk.
I keep looking under my desk to see if there's anybody down there, but fortunately right now there's nobody down there.
Not yet.
Okay. Here's something I want to know. I've been listening to a bunch of episodes of your show, The Selling Show, which is awesome. We're going to give all the plugs. Listeners, go check out the landing page. Go listen to David's show. He's got unbelievable content there. And I want to know, you always love sitting in that seat because like I do, you get to suck in the brilliance.
That's right.
Of late, has there been some piece of brilliance or something new that you hadn't heard or something that really resonated maybe from one of your recent episodes or guests? Because I always find it fascinating. Like when you have as much knowledge and experience as you do, everyone's like, wow, I could always go to him for everything, but we're constantly learning as well. Something that has piqued your interest of late?
Yes. I want to address your mastery question also, that my definition of mastery. So who is a master at their professional skill set? The one who is constantly learning, right? By definition, the master is always the student. So I think the moment that we think we're fully baked, we think that we're done, is the moment that our skill and our expertise and our value to clients starts to decline. Having said that, I did just have a fantastic conversation with my friend Diana Kander, who has a brilliant book called Go Big or Go Home. And it's about how to win major account sales by really being creative, really personalizing, customizing, and tailoring everything that you do before a big sales meeting, during that big sales meeting, and after that big sales meeting that is surprising, valuable, tangible, and memorable. And I'll tell you, if you want to win big sales in this environment, I really recommend that you pick up a copy of Diana's book, which is, again, Go Big or Go Home. So many smart ideas. this is where people are starting to play it safe. This is where people are starting to cut back. And Diana's advice is exactly opposite, that this is the time to go big. If you want to win big deals, big contracts, you want to get in with your dream companies, you have to do things that are surprising, valuable, tangible, and incredibly relevant. And it will make them smile and make them think that you become a category of one. And I just think it's total brilliance.
Yeah, I like that. I always think of you as it relates to the contrarian view, always taking that other side. And to your point, when things are down, that's the time you should pick things up, and people aren't under the desk. That's when you should be standing on top of it. Pricing. I want to talk about this today. Something that I had a recent conversation with somebody else. Obviously, inflation has lifted so much of everything we do to such levels. And when things get uncertain, people tend to want to drop the bill a little bit to try and get the revenue in the door with whatnot. I want to get your contrarian take, or maybe it's in line. Is this the time that we should be raising our prices, even when the issues and the demand seems to be less for those that are thinking under the desk? I'd love to get your take.
Well, I'll answer in two parts. This is definitely not the time to lower your prices or drop your shorts, as I like to say. We just learned this lesson. Lou, we just learned this lesson 3 years ago. So March of 2020, everyone's like, oh my gosh, the sky is falling, terrible crisis. And it was a terrible crisis. And in the business world, it was an even bigger crisis because of the self-inflicted wounds of people just completely dropping their shorts, abdicating their value position, abdicating their premium position, and saying, hey, you know what? Times are tough. Prospects are hard to come by. Everyone's pulling back. There's job cuts. There's freezes. There's layoffs. Companies are shutting down entire buildings. Cities are emptying. Everyone's now work from home. We have no idea what's going on. There is so much craziness. We got to pick up the crumbs off the street. And they literally dropped their prices to the point where number one, the economic suffering of those companies and their employees and their sales teams probably cannot be measured. And then trying to recover from that, what are you going to say? Hey, you know what? Let's put the masks away, and we no longer need the hand sanitizer, so we're going to triple our rates back to what they used to be. No one comes back from that. Nobody comes back from that. So what did smart professional services sellers do? They did not cut their rates, but they increased their value. They did not cut their rates, but they increased the types of services that they offered, or they changed them, as you said a moment ago. They did not cut their rates, but they expanded the impact and the level of caring and commitment to their clients' success. When the chips are down and you are taking extra care of every client, making sure that every single client gets the outcome that they're paying you for, above and beyond the regular good work that you do you think clients remember that? Do you think clients say, oh my gosh, we cut a lot of vendors, I would never cut Lou? We canceled a lot of contracts, I would never cut our contract with Lou, because when times were crazy, he stepped up. He helped even more. He was even more radically helpful, radically relevant, radically generous. No, he didn't cut his rates, but he helped us in profound ways that we will never forget. Yeah. So is this another one of those moments? I don't know. I'm not an economist. I don't play one on TV. But if you were thinking, hey, you know what? Our rates really aren't where they need to be. We should probably bump up our rates. We should probably do a little premium pricing, again, to market to the top and not market to the middle, or God forbid, market to the bottom. If you were thinking about doing that, I'm also not going to say, don't do that right now. Do what you were going to do anyway, but help more, serve more, and be more relevant to the people that you are reaching out to.
As a bleed into the plug section here for your work, bring up to speed, what's going on? What are you looking forward to in the do it marketing world, in the David Newman world? Things that you have on your plate, things that you're working on that you're excited about as we're recording this in June. We're about halfway home from 2023, which is kind of crazy.
Yes.
What's coming down the pike for David?
Well, it's so funny that you asked this because we literally just had a team meeting about this. So I'm very excited about not only the coaching and the consulting and the guidance that we're giving to our clients right now. We are about to unleash a higher level of service in the same program with the same clients. And this is going to be a hybrid of guidance, coaching, consulting, etc., done with you and done for you. So it's not quite taking the client out of the equation, but it's making the tools and the tech and the team that we use in our own business available to clients to help them grow their business in a similar way that we grow ours. So we're adding a whole layer of new service to our current program. We are keeping the fee the same. And that I'm very, very excited about because it's only going to accelerate our clients' progress and our clients' success and our clients' revenue generating potential. So that's very exciting, is adding that layer of done for you, done with you to the coaching and training that we're already pretty great at.
Let's do that plug section right now. Let's share with the listeners all the places people can find you, websites, URLs, social handles. We'll put it in the show notes.
Yes. Well, so a couple of freebies right out off the top. If you wanted to get our 37-page Do It Marketing Manifesto that is part marketing, part sales, part revenue growth, 100% juicy and delicious, that is at doitmarketing.com/manifesto. If you want to pick up a copy of the Do It Selling book and get all of the companion tools, trainings, templates, frameworks, and training videos, that is at doitselling.com. You were very kind to mention The Selling Show, our podcast. That, of course, is online at thesellingshow.com. And we also have some on-demand training that's on our website for folks that want to either get into or accelerate their coaching, consulting, training business. That free training is at doitmarketing.com/webinar.
Love it. We're going to do the extended version of Fun Street. I want to throw the shout out. Go listen to The Selling Show, folks. Some of these gurus that David has brought to the table and what they bring, knowledge is only adding to the conversation. Your head might explode by the end, but which is a good thing, a good exploding thing, not the bad way that we want our heads to explode. But I digress. Okay. I want to do Fun Street here because I haven't done this with you in a while. So here's what I want to do. I think you shared this with me. I want to make sure this is still the same. No, because it's a relatively new movie from the last time that I had you on the show. David, can you share with the listeners what you shared with me as one of your favorite movies? Do you remember what you said?
I do. Yeah. La La Land.
Yeah. Okay.
La La Land is the perfect entrepreneurial story of heartbreak, hard work, shifting, adjusting, right? We never change the goal. We just change the path. And I love that movie for so many reasons. I mean, it's got some catchy tunes, but to me, it's a perfect metaphor for the entrepreneurial journey as well.
It's good. The alternative side of how things go is very interesting in the way that they show what could have been, what would have been. It's very
That's right.
Fascinating. I love stuff like that. Let alone everybody in Los Angeles would have loved to dance on the highway at one point or another and bumper to bumper traffic. I feel for you people out there. All right, we're going to do the speed round, David. David's a pro at this. Here's what I want to do. I'm going to ask you something. I want the first thing that comes to your mind. These are things that lift you up, motivate you, make you feel good. Basically, they make you thrive. Ready?
I'm ready.
Of late, a song that you love to listen to or one that pumps you up.
What a difference a day makes.
Who performs that?
A couple of people. I actually like the instrumental version from BG Adair.
Okay. Telling my production team this one so they can get it. A favorite food that's not a dessert?
Tacos.
A favorite dessert?
Cheesecake.
What kind? Do you like Philly cheesecake or that Italian cheesecake? You know, like the cream cheesy one that's like a New York style, or the Italian one?
I like the dense one. Dense,
the
rich, kind of like a brick.
An activity you wish you did more of?
Playing classic video games in my retro lounge in the basement.
So what falls into category? What is a classic video game? What's the?
So all the Atari stuff, Asteroids,
Wow.
Pac-Man, Space Invaders, Missile Command.
You've got all that stuff, really?
Oh yeah.
Oh, man.
All the consoles, right? So we
Yeah.
have the Ataris, the Nintendos, the Xbox, the Segas.
Wow.
Crazy.
That's very cool. I loved all those games. I think the joystick would provide like missile
Yes.
crazy. An activity you wish you did less of.
Wow. Getting up in the middle of the night, like, not being able to sleep. I wish I did less of that. Stay in the damn bed.
You should relay that to my wife. I wish the same for her to do that.
Exactly.
A new activity that you recently tried, or an activity that was new to you that you recently tried, that you liked so much, you want to tell everybody else to try as well.
Thai food. I'm not sure if eating is an activity, but I never
certainly is.
I never really got what the Thai food thing was about until I went to this like really, really amazing Thai restaurant here in Philadelphia. I think it's rated like the number 2 or number 3 restaurant in all of Philly.
Wow.
And so, high-end Thai food. Try it.
I like it. I've always loved Thai food. I'm a big fan. Their soups are great too. The Wu Su Sen soup, I think is what it's called. Delicious. It's like got rice noodles in it, lots of vegetables. Very healthy. All right. If I could snap my fingers and David Newman can be anywhere in the world, where is he?
Tokyo, Japan.
Oh, have you been?
I have been.
Yeah, I love Tokyo.
It's amazing. It just takes so long to get there.
It's also maybe some of the best food. I looked this up recently. I think it's Paris and then Tokyo is like the most Michelin star restaurants in that order, I think, are the top 2. And
Amazing.
The food in Tokyo is just incredible. It's such a massive city. I like that. David Newman. Everybody, check him out. Go check out The Selling Show. I highly recommend that. Go check out all of his doitmarketing.com. David Newman, you can find him anywhere. Always a pleasure to pull some wisdom from you. Thank you for all that you do. And for all, we have a lot of people who fall into the category of what you cover and who you work with that listen to this show. Guys, check him out. And if you haven't worked with David yet, I'm not kidding you. You must, because it'll get your business right on track, specifically at this time when you need to do it the most. Thanks for coming on, my friend.
You are the man, my friend. Thrive loud.
Love it. We did have a loud and proud episode. David Newman.
That was it. That was this right here.
To all our listeners out there, thank you for joining us. And until next time, keep moving onward and upward. And remember, be brief, be bright, be gone.
You've been listening to Thrive Loud with your host, Lou Diamond. Check us out on the web at thriveloud.com and follow us on Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, and Facebook at Thrive Loud. And check us out on the Good Pods app at Thrive Loud, where you can follow, listen, and connect directly to Lou and all of the Thrive Loud episodes. Thanks for listening.